use of for and since in the sentences which show present perfect continuous tense. The students must know the fact that along with identifying the particular features of present perfect continuous tense, they also have to identify the time which is being mentioned since the activity started. So, for different sentences, we would be using either for or since in order to specify time. In sentences where we have the exact mention of the date or time or year, we would use since. For example, we have been living as an independent nation since 1947. Because we very specifically know the name of the year, which is 1947, we will use the word since in order to talk about the time when the activity started. We started living independently in the year 1947, and today is 2014. Still, we are living independently as an independent nation. So the activity that started in 1947 is still continuing till 2014 and would continue, inshallah, forever. Therefore, when we talk about the present perfect continuous tense here, and we are specifying the time, and specifically we are naming the year, then we would use the word since in order to talk about the time when the activity started. Whereas when we do not take the name but talk about the duration of time, in that case we will use for. For example, she has been eating for 5 hours. She has been living in this house for the last 20 years. So the name of the year has not been mentioned, but it is a present perfect continuous tense because she started living in this house 10 years ago from now, and after 10 years, when I say she has been living there for 10 years, I am not specifying the year. I am not naming the year, but I am telling the listeners that this lady started living here 10 years ago, and this activity is still continuing up till now. 10 years have passed, and she has been living there for those 10 years. But I am not saying 19 so and so or 2004. I am not naming the year. That means I will be using for, F-O-R, for the duration of time, which is specified as duration but not named as a year or as time or as date. So where we are naming the year, the time, the date, or specifying the name for the period, then we will be using since with the sentence. So all the sentences, in order to be completed for the present perfect continuous regarding the time period, would be either using for or using since. For the duration of time specified in hours, minutes, seconds, days, years, months. Whereas since will be used for naming the day, naming the hour like 11 a.m., naming the minute, naming the second, and naming the month and the year which we are going to specify in order to show that we are talking about an activity which started earlier and is still continuing up to now.